everybody? It's your boy Thing Goes back again for another video, and today I'm super excited to talk about the PlayStation little event that they had going on today. I watched it on YouTube. I didn't really catch it in the beginning, but I went back and I saw like the stuff that I wanted to see. A lot of games, and we also finally got a console reveal. There's a few things that they didn't show. They didn't show the price. And they didn't give a release date yet. Now maybe they got some updated information they released in like the last hour or so. If they did, correct me in the comments please, but as far as I know, we don't have no price, we don't have no release date. I know it's gonna be holiday 2020. It's a little confusion when you see the release date of these games, so you know it has to be around like holiday 2020, like fall 2020, December, January, in that ballpark, end of the year. You know it's gonna be end of the year. They released, like I said, a look at the console. They're gonna be releasing a digital, you know, without the disc, and then a disc version. You already know I'm gonna get the disc version. Gotta support disc version. I'm not going full digital yet, even though I got a shit ton of games downloaded on my PS4. I don't want to go full digital just yet, but yeah, man, I really like the model. Like, I really like how they did it. It's real sleek. It's white, and it has like this little blue inside. It's kind of like it's shaped like a light V. Like, you can kind of see the 5, like how they did it. It's slick, man, real slick. Got kind of like this bluish and black inside. The white, like the outside is like a white coating, and the inside it's layered with like a black and a blue. I really like how they did it, man. It looks real good side by side with the controller as well, and they got kind of like this remote controller, like a TV remote for it. They've done that with Sony before. It's never really been a big deal, but who knows, it might be more useful now. And they have like these little camera things that they're probably going to use for streaming, or maybe for I don't know, VR or something. But yeah, it looks very well put together. But of course, you know, the main thing, like I said before, is the price. How much is this shit gonna cost? When exactly is it coming out? And another thing that I want to discuss is some video games that I am super excited to play, man. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, I don't know if I want to get into that just yet though, because I might make separate videos talking about the games that I'm really interested in playing alone. But yeah, man, I don't really know what the specs are gonna be like on the PS5. There's people saying that maybe the Xbox is gonna look better, the PS5 is gonna look better. I don't really care. I'm gonna get both. I've always been an Xbox and a PlayStation fan. I like to play everything, but I will say that the graphics displayed on a lot of these games that they were showing off looked absolutely beautiful. I'm talking about beautiful. Like, they look like they're going all out with these graphics. They really look amazing. Sorry, it's very hot in here. If I look like I'm just boiling, I'm sweating. It's hot, and I'm also excited and turned up because you know, this reveal. Now, they didn't show some games that I wanted to see, or namely game. I was really excited. I wanted to see a new Crash Bandicoot game. I was really excited, thinking that maybe we was gonna get a new Crash 4, or maybe just finally a new, not a remake, just a new up-to-date, completely from the ground up, new engine Crash Bandicoot game. Thought we was gonna see that, but unfortunately we didn't. But we did see some good, cool shit. We got to see a new Ratchet and Clank game that just looks like fuck, man. I'm making another video for that. I'm not getting into that right now. And we also saw a Little Big Planet game, but it didn't look like the traditional Little Big Planet. It was called Little Big Planet Sackboy's Adventure. It looks like it's gonna be like a 3D platformer where you can play with up to 4 players. It looked like, I know for sure it was co-op there, but yeah, they might just be trying to make an adventure game, like a 3D platformer that looks very good. Like, it does look good. It's just not something that I would really expect, you know, but it looks like they're trying to kind of rebrand Little Big Planet. Maybe this is just a little side spinoff, trying to focus more on Sackboy as the main character in a simple little platformer. But it does look very well made, and the graphics are great. I wouldn't say it's so good that it's just like, oh man, this shows the power of the PS5. It does look like it could probably be on the PS4, but it still looks like it is very well made. And we also saw a look at this game by Arcane Studios that I thought looked pretty cool, called what was it, Deathloop, or Deathloop, I think it was Deathloop, or something like that. And yeah, so pretty much it's like these 2 assassins are locked in battle, and you play as this one assassin that's trying to escape like this death loop. He keeps dying and coming back, dying and coming back, but It's a lot. It looks like it's this cool little creative zany world, a unique art style, a lot of powers at your disposal, similar to Dishonored. You know, Arcane, they did a really good job with Dishonored, the way they did the colors and what was it, the man, they had like this little thing that they did kind of like with paint, like it was watercolors or whatever. I really like that they did the art style in Dishonored. It kind of had this cell shaded thing going on, but not really. And the gameplay and the combat was really unique. You had a lot of different powers at your disposal. It was kind of like BioShock, but it was mixed with a lot of stealth. I really liked the gameplay. You had a lot of different options to go through the missions, and yeah, they made a really good game. Now, I didn't play Dishonored 2, but I know Arcane are good at creating very lived-in worlds with a lot of lore and a lot of different options to go about completing your missions, and they give you a lot of tools to play with, like a lot of different powers and stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do with Deathloop. And yeah, man, also there was another game that they showed off that I was interested in checking out. I forgot what it was called. It was like some kind of space game. You had this chick that was like in this little astronaut suit, and she had like this gun. It was she kind of moved around a little bit like Infamous, like, you know, she was moving and kind of had like a little jetpack on her, like she was dashing out the way and she was shooting, dashing, shooting, and it looked like she was in like these unique environments. The trailer was very well shot. You wasn't really sure what was going on at first until they showed the gameplay, and I was just like, okay, but yeah, honestly, the way they did the trailer, it seemed like the gameplay was going to be a little bit like way deeper than that. But when they showed it off and you saw what it was going to be like, it seemed a little bit more simple. But the cool thing is, it seems like every time this chick dies, when she comes back, the world changes. She was like, every time she wakes, it looks different, like she's losing her sense of reality. You know, everything just looks different. Like you saw this planet that she was on, it was changing the entire landscape. The graphics looked very good. I just wish I could remember the name of it. I'm not sure what the name of it was. And there was this other game that they showed. The graphic style looked really unique, and I was interested. I was intrigued by it, but I wasn't really too sure what was going on. It had like this comedy mixed with like hack and slash and exploration, and it was called Little Devil Inside, I believe. That's another one that looked very interesting. I really wanted to check that one out. And yeah, they also showed a look at the next Marvel Spider-Man game by Insomniac, just simply titled Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. So we might get a whole game centered or following on Miles Morales. Will they kill Peter Parker? I hope they don't, but I don't know. I mean, of course we're gonna get a game based on Miles. Look how successful Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was, so I'm not surprised at all that we're getting a game focused on Miles. I thought maybe we was gonna get a lot more Miles in Spider-Man 2, but I didn't think we was gonna get a whole game centered on Miles. So I don't know, maybe this is just a fat ass like expansion, or it could be a whole game. I mean, it has been long enough for them to release a sequel, so I mean, they're not calling it Marvel Spider-Man's 2, so I don't know how they're gonna do this, but it looks pretty cool all the same. I'm still excited for it, and to play with Miles Morales and his skill set. You get to see some of the powers that he displays, you know, with his electricity and everything. You know, he doesn't have the exact same powers as Spider-Man. Has a little twist. He has a lot of the same skills, but he's able to like shock people with electricity and go invisible and stuff like that, I believe. So I'm interested to see how they implement that into the game. Looks really cool. Not too much upgraded from Spider-Man PS4, but it does look a lot like it does look like they smoothing it out a lot, you know, making it look a little bit better. But I didn't really see a huge difference, but it's not like Spider-Man PS4 looked bad. It did look fucking amazing. But yeah, man, let me see something else. What else did they show that I was interested in? Because like I said, I'm making a whole separate video talking about Ratchet and Clank. Like, that shit deserves a whole video on its own. Like, jeez, man. But yeah, if I think of anything else, I'm definitely going to bring it back up and make a video. I know they announced another Horizon Zero Dawn for people that are fans of that series. Unfortunately, I haven't played it yet. I do have it though, which is funny. I have the complete edition. I'm re-downloading, I'm re-uploading it to my PlayStation right now so I can actually finally play it, check it out, see what all the hype is about. I've never played it, so I couldn't even really get excited for that sequel, even though the trailer did look very well made. Yeah, it does look great. Also, oh god, what's his name? Shinji Mikami, I think his name is, the guy that made Resident Evil. God, I hope I'm saying I hope I'm saying the right dude and I'm not mixing it up with one of these other niggas that be doing this shit. But yeah, I think that's the guy that made Resident Evil. He showed off his new game that he was working on. You know, I'm a fan of him because obviously Resident Evil, and he also made another one of my most favorite games that came out that's highly underrated, The Evil Within. I love the first and second game in that series, especially the second one. Oh man, one of the best turnarounds in a sequel I've ever seen. Love that game. And he was supposed to be working on a new game called Tokyo something Tokyo, makeshift Tokyo. I don't know, it's something Tokyo, but I wasn't expecting it to be a first-person shooter. It looks very cool. It has all these unique visuals. He says you're battling against the supernatural in Tokyo, and it's like a first-person shooter where you're using these blasts and stuff like that to fight like fire, electricity, whatever. I mean, it might not even be that, but it looks really cool. I love the visuals, and I'm interested just to see the guy who made Resident Evil making a first-person shooter, because I don't think he's done that. I mean, I know he's well versed in horror, and you know, he did the whole over-the-shoulder thing and made that huge, and then he did it again with The Evil Within, and even, you know, that was a great game as well. If you haven't played The Evil Within, check it out. Super underrated, great game. But yeah, man, I'm very interested to see what he does. Now, he might have made a first-person shooter before, but I'm not used to seeing that from him, and I'm intrigued to seeing what he does with this new IP, especially since we're probably not gonna get an Evil Within 3, if not anytime soon. So unfortunate, but yeah, I really want to check that one out as well. And it's this other one. What's another one that I saw? It was another one. I can't think. I was thinking of it as I was talking about this one, and then I forgot. They're gonna be re-releasing Grand Theft Auto 5 too on the PS5. For anybody that cares about that. I mean, that game has been remastered ad nauseum, but I think this is the third time. But if you're into that, I mean, it's cool that they're bringing it to the PS5. It's supposed to have some extra stuff, so yeah, that's neat. But yeah, that was like the first thing they showed. I'm trying to think, man. Was there anything else? Oh yeah, Demon Souls is going to be made by Blue Point Games. They're the same ones that ported the original Uncharted trilogy to the PS4. They do like a lot of remasters and updates on games, and I think they're going to be remastering Demon Souls. That's the first original Souls game that was on the PS3. They're going to be remastering that and putting that on PS5, so that's awesome. Excited for that. I always was into the Souls games and wanted to learn and master them, how to play them, but I always get my fucking ass kicked. But for some reason, it never makes me like not stop wanting to try to play them. Like I get my ass handed to me, but I'm still intrigued by it. Yeah, so I'm definitely probably gonna check that one out. Maybe not right away, but I'm gonna check that one out. Let me see, what else, man? What else? I know it was something else, man. I just can't think of it right now. Yeah, man, I can't think of anything else. And I'm mad too, because I know as soon as I cut this off, I'm going to think about it, whatever it is. But yeah, man, let me go ahead and get off here. I'm gonna come back and make another video following it up, talking about you know, oh yeah, Hitman 3. They're gonna make another Hitman. I am a Hitman fan. I literally have all of them, but I've never played the newer Hitman games. I haven't played any of those yet. So even though this new Hitman 3 looks saucy, I can't really get that excited for it, because you know what I'm saying, it looks good. You know what I'm saying? It looks very good. All the Hitman games in this, you know, recent looks real good, but I haven't played any of them, so I got to get on that too. I have that too and haven't played it. I got a lot of stuff and haven't played it. Oh, this is the one. Oddworld, man. They making another Oddworld. Now, I know they had Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. Shout out to Corey, man. Shout out to Odd Duck, my brother. He's a huge fan of Oddworld. I think his one of his profile avatars is actually of Abe, that he, you know what I'm saying, like he's a huge fan of Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, just Oddworld, that whole world. I haven't played any of the Oddworlds. The only one I played was Oddworld Stranger, and I really loved that one, but I need to play more of the Oddworld games. I know it's a classic, little side-scrolling, story-driven, puzzle-solving, like action story. It's cinematic, and it's very it's kind of like one of those point and click type adventure games. It looks real cool. Like, I've always wanted to play it. It was on the original PlayStation 1. I've always wanted to play it, but I never got around to it. I'm definitely gonna look into it though, because this game, like the new one, it looks good. It looks like some kind of cinematic movie made by like Tim Burton. Okay, God, not Tim Burton, but just some more, you know, something more on the darker side. You know, like it doesn't look like Pixar. It looks like a more mature cinematic CG animated movie. It looked like it was well made. I really like the trailer, the music, just the art direction, the gameplay. It looked like they showed. It looks like it's gonna be a really well made, just up to date, upgraded version of the original on the PS5, and that looks very interesting. And I know my brother is very excited because, like I said, he's a huge fan of this series. Me, I just like it and I appreciate it. I think it's really cool. And once again, it's a series that I've always been wanting to get into, but I've never just actually fully gotten into it. I've only played Oddworld Stranger, and that's just because I love Westerns, and that game always looks super unique, and I saw it on PlayStation Now, and that was finally my chance to play it. Because I remember it came out on the original Xbox, but I didn't have the original Xbox growing up. I got it much later. But yeah, man, Oddworld looks saucy as fuck as well. I cannot wait for that to release. So yeah, man, besides the fact that they didn't release any new trailer for another Crash Bandicoot game, and also I got to give a shout out to the people that was wanting to see a new Grand Theft Auto trailer, Grand Theft Auto 6. I know my roommate was real pissed about that. But yeah, man, I'm a huge fan of Grand Theft Auto as well. But hey, I got Red Dead to tie me over. I know a lot of people don't like Red Dead. I don't know why. But yeah, man, so this looks awesome. I did hear rumors that we were gonna get a remaster of Black Ops for the PS5, like an update remaster. Maybe not on the PS5, but on the PS4. I heard like rumbles of that. That would be very cool. That would be interesting, because I would love to play Black Ops again. That's one of my favorite Call of Duties. I would love to play zombies with my niggas, man, on PS4, PS5, like whatever. But this whole show, they went in swinging, man. They showed us a lot of content, a lot of good games. Godfall, another good one. It's gonna be made by Gearbox. It's gonna be a launch title, holiday 2020, and it looks pretty fun, pretty straightforward. Probably not the best graphical on the system, but it still looks really good. But you can tell it's one of those earlier launch titles. Looks great, but it's probably going to be a lot of stuff to outshine it in the future. But the gameplay looks straightforward and simple. They call it a looter slasher instead of a looter shooter, because, you know, Gearbox, they're the ones that made Borderlands, when you just fight X amount of monsters and get a shit ton of weapons that you can't even keep in one case. So they're probably gonna do the same thing with Godfall, only you're gonna be using like blades and swords and armor, going through dungeons, able to play with friends. So yeah, all in all, Godfall looks like not the best game in the world, but definitely one that you can get some enjoyment out of when the PS5 comes out, play with friends, and it's gonna be a small list of games for a launch window. Well, looks like we got no shortage of games to choose from on the PS5 for the launch, but you already know launch games come in a short list, so it's good to see that we got a lot of quality and a lot of things to choose from. But yeah, man, that's the bulk of the games that I was interested in for the most part. They did show Gran Turismo 7, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of Gran Turismo, I have to appreciate the graphics and how beautiful it does look. The game just looks fucking amazing, and it sounds like probably the most realistic looking and sounding car simulator game I have ever seen. Yeah, but and the design of the PlayStation, I have to go back to that. It is so beautiful. So showing nothing but good games, showing the design of the console, and yeah, man, they knocked it out of the park. The only thing that I said they didn't do that I don't agree with, and I think they holding out probably because they don't want niggas to cuss them out, is the price and the release date exactly. Like, they owe us one of those at least. But yeah, man, all in all, I really enjoyed this presentation. I'll give it like a B. I really wanted to see Crash, but hopefully we'll get a Crash game in the future. And stay tuned for that Ratchet and Clank video. That's coming next. Oh my God, I can't wait to get into that, man. Oh man, not a guy Crash Bandicoot, but Ratchet and Clank was a good substitute. Okay, I hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. Please let me know what you think about the reveal, about the console, about the design, the games. Which ones are you excited for? Like, let me know, talk about it, put it in the comments. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe so you can I ain't gonna beg you. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. I talk about this shit all the time. I talk about games, comics, movies. You already know. Hit that bell if you do subscribe to be notified every time I make a new video. And like I said, man, let me know everything that you think about this PS5 and the news and the reveal. Let's talk about it. And until next time, guys, peace.